Hey, hi everybody. Carol and I wanted to talk about something that's probably a bit dear to our hearts at the moment, is the plight of the first home buyer. It's really difficult out there for them, isn't it, Carol? They are coming to open homes in droves, mostly have their money pretty much worked out, but the market's always racing ahead of them, and it's very, very hard. It's very frustrating. It's very hard calling all of those people back and saying that, hey, sorry, you've missed it. That's the hard part, isn't it, the conversation?
And they're all really good people, and they've worked hard, and they've got little debt, and they've done everything right.
Done everything right, and they're always so humble. You ring them back and they go, oh, that's okay, when you've told them they've just missed the house. Of their dreams. But I think there's a couple of things that they can do, things they must do. They must be well organised. They must have their finance 100% sorted. They can't afford to go out there without all of their ducks in a row. So they've got to have all of the money sorted. They've got to know, well, interestingly enough, I was going to say they've got to know where they want to live, but particularly in the last month, a lot of them are throwing the cards on the table and saying, I will live wherever. So it used to be, oh, Mosgiel, Fairfield, or I'll be in Anderson's Bay, I just want to be there, but now they're saying, hey, I don't care. Used to be the old adage, if you had like 7 out of 10 in a house, if you got 7 of your 10 points right, that's the house you should buy. I had a buyer the other day, just a young guy, and he said, hey, it's got down to 4. If I can get 4 out of 10, I'm going to buy it, because I have to get into the market, because they know that it's just racing away on them.
And it is just getting into the market. There was a few years ago when it wasn't as crazy as this, but I gave that advice to a young couple. I said, look, don't look for your perfect house, just buy something. And they rung back, and their parents rung back some months later saying, thank you for giving us that advice, because we were looking for the right place. We bought something, and I was talking to that girl just recently, and there's probably a good $150,000 has just gone on their house from the time they bought it.
Absolutely.
So it's just getting into the market.
Yeah, and I think that in the last month that attitude has really changed from I want the little house of my dreams to I need a house that I can get into to stop paying rent and to start getting my mortgage under control. The great thing about this market, if we're looking for positives, is that the interest rates are so low. So you can go hell for leather and get that mortgage down, and you know, in no time you've got yourself a bigger slice of equity in that house, and you might be there for 3 or 4 or 5 years, but by the time you sell it, you've got a bigger deposit to move up. So you've got to possibly start looking at it. It's 4 out of 5. It's just got to be something. It's got to have, you know, and to get your finance, it has to have a good bones. It's probably got to have reasonably low maintenance over the next few years. But if it's got ugly wallpaper and really ugly carpet, it doesn't matter. You just get into it, pay it off, and
areas don't matter anymore, eh?
No.
Like, you know what, we have preconceived ideas, or Dunedin people have preconceived ideas about Brockville, Pine Hill, maybe some other suburbs. Nowadays, there's so many people coming in to Dunedin from outside Dunedin, outside New Zealand. They know they're well-built houses, they've got sun, and they're close to the city. So don't worry too much about the areas, and I think have some people lined up to help you out. You know, like whether it be a builder, and it's just a builder friend, just to make sure really quickly they can come and have a look at it for them.
Yeah, exactly. And a final wee tip is keep an eye on some of those properties that might have been lingering on the market just a little bit longer than they should. If something's well marketed, it will be under offer in a very, very short time. If it's by negotiation, it's probably under offer within the first, certainly 7, but most definitely within the first 10 days. If it's deadline sale and auctions and tenders, it might be a wee bit longer, but if something's been there for 3 odd weeks and it isn't sold, it's not necessarily that there's something wrong with it. No doubt that the pricing's possibly wrong. It only needs to be about 5% out and the market will reject it, which is quite incredible. It's not a lot of money. You know, 4, 5, 20, so on a $400,000 house, it's about $20,000. So if the marketing's out or the pricing's out by $20,000, the market will reject it. So as a purchaser, if you come in and you make an offer, you may consider it a bit cheeky. It doesn't need to be cheeky, it just needs to be fair. You might get the house, and you might get something at a fair price compared to running out there competing with all the swarming hordes. So keep an eye on some of the small ads, some of the stuff that's dropped down the bottom of the internet. Trawl through that, and don't write it off thinking there's something wrong with it, because it's possibly just a price issue. So that's our tips for the day.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, good luck. Go for gold.